ways to ensure you're writing high quality grants is to get your grants reviewed. Inside the Freelance Grant Writer Academy, we offer unlimited grant reviews during your entire 12 months, as we understand how beneficial this is to increase your odds at actually winning grants and to getting feedback. Especially like as a grant writer, you are in a silo. It's nice to have outside eyes to look at it. At the very least, find other grant writers and offer to swap and review each other's work. You may be thinking about everything going on in the world of grants in 2025 and what that means for you. Specifically, if you are interested in becoming a grant writer, you're totally new to it, or you may already have a freelance grant writing business and the world is a-changing. If you are new to grant writing, you may wonder if now is the right time to start. And if you already have a freelance grant writing business, you might be worried about maintaining income in 2025 with all of the different federal things going on with grants and being able to grow your income. With the Trump administration, we have seen a definite impact on federal grant funding. Be sure to watch our most recent episodes here so you can find out all about what we've been staying up to date on all of the information in January and February 2025 and all of the recent changes. But how does that impact you as a new freelance grant writer or in your current status as a grant writer? Hi, my name is Holly Rustick, and I am the owner and CEO of the Freelance Grant Writer Academy and the Grant Professional Mentorship. We help aspiring and seasoned grant writers replace their full-time income on flexible hours writing grants from home, yes, even in 2025. All right, so this is how we do it, and this is how we are going to help support you in 2025. What are some new services that you may be needing to add to your plate as a grant writer during these times? First, let me go ahead and say we are funding the resilience. And what this means is resilience are nonprofits and organizations of all types that still have a place in our society to serve needs. Just because funding changes pockets on where they're able to get the funding from does not mean that these needs or causes disappear. We still as grant writers are on the front lines to actually fund the resilience of our communities, which also help create healthy economies, healthy society. So join me in funding the society with grant writing. So here's the things that you need to add to your grant writing business or skills in 2025. The first thing is write grants. What? Just because some federal grant funding is being changed, all the things, like it doesn't mean grants are going away. So number one, grants aren't going away. So still write grants. Spicy news, we even reopened our grant writing agency this month because we had so many people, just privately right now, we will do it publicly soon, because we had so many people reaching out even during these times for us to write grants, and we want it to be a part of that. What does this mean? We've been writing grants for more than 20 years, right? But only the last few years, since 2020, since COVID, we've just been focusing on training and we haven't been taking on clients. But because of just the surge of people at this time, we decided to open our agency back up. We've been having people in our community coming to us, and we felt the need to respond in that way. So why is this important for you to know? Because contrary to what many people think right now about having fewer clients, we are now getting so many inquiries. We had to restart our agency. Whatever happens with the US federal government, there are still foundation grants, there are still state funding and grants that need to be written, right? Nonprofits need you more than ever, especially with everything that's going on. They need your specialty to traverse where the grants are. Number two is to write foundation grants. If you write grants for certain cause areas, think anything related to DEI, reproductive rights, LGBTQ, environmental justice, then you may need to lean more into foundation grants during these times. This may be new territory for the organizations for whom you are writing the grants. They may have been heavily dependent on federal grants before, and they don't really know how to build these relationships, write these grants, set up the strategy, and that is for you to do. Maybe you yourself have never written federal grants and you've already been focusing on foundation grants. Guess what? You'll have more competition over the next 4 years potentially, because more people, especially in those cause areas, will go into writing foundation grants, but it doesn't mean to stop. What it means to do is number three, write better grants. Okay, now is the time to make sure you are writing the highest quality grants. One of the ways to ensure you're writing high quality grants is to get your grants reviewed. Inside the Freelance Grant Writer Academy, we offer unlimited grant reviews during your entire 12 months, as we understand how beneficial this is to increase your odds at actually winning grants and to getting feedback. Especially like as a grant writer, you are in a silo. It's nice to have outside eyes to look at it. At the very least, find other grant writers and offer to swap and review each other's work. Number 4, write federal grants with new words and angles. Once we have the new budget approved by Congress, hopefully in mid-March, that time, 2025, we will know what agencies are getting funded the most and new programs will emerge, and we will see what is carried on potentially or restructured or even maybe cut. But this is going to give us information on how to create strategies. However, as we are seeing with the executive orders, rewriting some words and having different angles on your grants will be important. So definitely download our free workbook on replacing banned federal grant words. You can definitely find that link in the description. All right, I talked about grants. What else should you add to your services as a grant writer? Here's some other things. Yes, you may need to add other services into your package or retainer services to assist nonprofits during this administration. For example, instead of writing 10 to 12 grants in your retainer in 2025, you may choose to write fewer grants but add newer services. When you write a master grant template, and we have this in the Academy, so good, then you are able to repurpose this into many different opportunities to help nonprofits find diverse funding services. We actually show you how to repurpose this into the following items. Number 1, write corporate solicitation letters. Getting corporations to invest in their communities is nothing new. So with the potential tax breaks that many corporations will receive or be extended under this administration, reach out to corporations to see if they will use a portion of their tax breaks to fund your nonprofit or foundation, or just a part of their revenue, right? Because they believe in your cause. Reach out to any corporate funders or sponsors as well that the nonprofit has gotten in the past and ask them to double down right now. Number 2, write fundraising copy. You could help with writing fundraising copy for an online campaign like Giving Tuesday or an in-person event. This is great, especially if you want to manage fundraising events. Maybe that's on your to-do list as well, and that's a great service. Number 3, writing copy for website, social media. Taking all that research you've done in a master grant application or when you're writing grants, you can repurpose the copy in the nonprofit's website and on their social media posts. This is something you can also do as an ongoing retainer, especially if you're updating social media captions and copy. This is good because you can help them get donors and all of that through the website and social media. Number 4, writing copy for newsletters, individual donor campaigns. Using your writing and research capabilities to consistently nurture or get new donors is very good for you to do. Oftentimes, nonprofits don't have the capacity to nurture their donors with consistent newsletters and emails. This is a huge gap as it takes way less money and capacity to retain donors when they are getting nurtured versus getting new donors. But if you're not nurturing them with a weekly newsletter or even a monthly newsletter and letting them know everything that's going on in the nonprofit, they're going to drop off real quick. Just this alone could see their funding improve dramatically, even if you don't get new donors, but you just retain and maybe ask for a higher amount for those donors that you've had. There are many more ways that you can support nonprofits with your writing skills during these times. My best advice is to create a master grant application for your clients and repurpose this into some of those services so you already have the copy there available. We teach you how to do this inside the Freelance Grant Writer Academy. Let's keep funding the resilience in 2025. These are just some things that you can do. And of course, don't add on too many at once, but maybe you're like, some of the nonprofits I serve are kind of in this area where I might not be writing federal grants this year. So could I learn how to create a corporate solicitation campaign? Or maybe could I offer some copywriting and use a master grant application and be able to turn that into a fundraising letter appeal, or be able just to create copy for their website and keep ongoing social media captions as part of my retainer instead of that extra grant. These are also ways that you can help the nonprofit diversify their funding. So it's not just exclusively on grants, but bringing in other funding streams. And this also helps create a healthier nonprofit. For more information on this, definitely join our newsletter, Write Grants Get Paid, and make sure you subscribe.